What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Here's another Skyforge video, and probably the last one. I'm Crazy Pickle, and as you already noticed by the title of this video, we're going to talk about if it's worth playing Skyforge or even trying. It should be fairly short video, because I'm gonna only point at main concerns about the game. Reason I'm not naming this video like, is it worth playing Skyforge in 2022 or whatever year it's going to be, simply because I don't think anything will change in the game to make me come back or even try out again. And I will talk about why this is the case for me later in this video. Alright guys, let's get started. Let's start with a simple, what is Skyforge? It is free-to-play MMORPG and is looking kind of sci-fi theme, where you found out that you are an immortal and now your path is to protect home planet called Alien from different invaders and become a god. This game currently has 19 classes available. When all of them unlocked, you can change it anytime when you are at combat. There are 6 different invading armies called Reapers of Death, Fighter Knights, Ocean Knights, Demons, Gorgonites, and Mechanoids. Those rotates every 2 months, and each of those invasions have 5 different raid bosses you can fight. 4 of them is more of a like captains, and 1 of them is a main boss. They all have different mechanics, etc. It is basically everything. Moving on. Let's start with first concern, and that is progression system as a new player. Tutorial in this game is definitely not finished or even poorly made and presented, as well as how it explains things for new players. No wonder why every new player struggles and pretty much quits right from the start. Everything is connected. Poor tutorial equals players have little understanding of what, where, and how, equals at the end brings more confusion later. And we all know how important new player experience is. It is definitely not the case in Skyforge. Next we got classes. From the release of the game, there was 13 classes that was available. I'm gonna call it a default classes. Then they released Outlaw, Revenant, Groove Walker, Soundwaver, Firestarter, and Bounty Hunter. I might be wrong, but that should be in order they were released. First, quote-unquote red flag. Game is out since 2015, it is now 2022. Okay, if we don't count 2022, since we kind of still in the beginning of the year, let's only count 2015 until 2021. So 6 years passed, 6 classes released, equals 1 class per year. Honestly, for me, it is way big of a gap between each class. I think 2-3 classes per year would be more acceptable. Don't you think so? Second, quote-unquote red flag. You can only choose between 3 classes as a new player. All other classes locked, and you're gonna need to farm certain currency to unlock them. Okay, I would understand this if classes you're gonna have to basically buy it would be only a new classes. Here's the question. Why all of the default classes that's been available before, since the release of the game, now players have to buy them to play them? Another problem that is connected to this, that developers for some reason removed part in the game, in the training room, where you can actually try it out the class before unlocking it. You basically go into the training room, interact with the hologram of the class you wanna try, and you transform into this class and just play around with the class by shooting dummies. That was a fantastic feature. I still don't know why they removed it. I don't even know if I heard any rumors why. But if somebody knows, please let me know in the comment section. Third, quote-unquote red flag. Out of 19 classes, only I would say 8 classes are actually playable or useful. Those are all 3 supports classes, Alchemist, Lightbinder, and Soundwaver. Makes sense, it is a support class. All 3 defense classes, Groove Walker, Knight, and Paladin. Also makes sense, since those are tanks. And 2 DPS classes, Firestarter and Revenant. In order of the DPS classes, it's strictly my opinion what I see how the classes performs. Rest of the DPS classes are trash. Meaning really low damage output. It is so low that it's probably better to remove those classes from the game in the first place. Moving on to the next main concern is content in the game. Basically, the only decent content in the game is 4 raid bosses and main boss from each invasion. There is simply no new content whatsoever, and this game is out for 6 years. Some of the things they added calling a quote-unquote new content is not actually new at all. Simply recycled old stuff that's been in the game since the release but was removed and now is just slightly changed and works a bit different. I think there is nothing else I can add here. Moving on to the next part is the pay-to-win aspect. Yes, it is pay-to-win game, and it affects both PvP and PvE. And this is where all of their focus are to push as many things for quick cash grab. Promotional events, pay-to-win weapons for classes, bunch of sales in the market for cosmetics that doesn't even look good. Remember the part where I said that I don't think game will change at all, as well as the most of classes are trash? This is where pay-to-win weapons comes in. They try to compensate lack of damage from those classes by making those weapons, but they failed miserably. Those classes are still suck ass. There might be a couple of exceptions. I still think it's not gonna make a big difference. And last thing, since this game has vertical progression, it means you need to upgrade your gear every 2 months. Well, if you are fully maxed, then you might skip 1 or 2 upgrade phases. But if you want to keep up with the game, you're gonna have to grind every 2 months to upgrade your gear and main character stat called Might, that increases power of your character in general. At this point, you ended up grinding for the same thing over and over again and doing same raid bosses for each invasion. Like I said, everything is connected. Lack of content, lack of variety equals endless grind for certain specific things, like in this case it's going to be gear, invasion atlas, and doing stupid achievements for season pass, aka basically a battle pass. If you don't know what invasion atlas is, you unlock some bonus effects for some classes, as well as it would increase your power against invaded armies. Fun part that you have to upgrade that atlas from scratch every 2 months. And of course, you can upgrade that atlas without spending premium currency called Argents, which you pretty much only in the big amounts can get from using real money. And again, why you do this every 2 months? Because invasions change every 2 months. And that invasion atlas specifically attached to each invasion, and they all different. So that's why you have to do it from scratch every time new invasion comes back. Short version, grind gear, atlas, season pass, and character main stat called Might. Now you can add a bunch of stupid bugs to that, haven't been fixed for years. Reading patch notes, what they actually fixing, it just makes me laugh really hard. Also, since there are a little amount of players still playing this game, it is basically a dead game, no matter what region or platform you're playing on. Yes, I forgot actually to mention Skyforge available on PC, PlayStation, Xbox and Switch. That is actually another reason why this game went to shit when it decided to expand to consoles too early. I'm not saying it is a bad thing, I'm saying that did it too early. That is why a lot of stuff were removed from the game to actually simplify the game, that it would be easier for them to move to a different platforms. At least that was the rumor. Again, I'm not 100% sure if that's the case, but it seems like it actually looks like that's what happened and why it happened. And only now they actually start recycling this old stuff to make it work with all of the platformers and put it back into the game. So that's what I mentioned before. There was no new content, specifically recycled old stuff in a different way, but it's still the same thing. And here we are at the end of this video. Is it really worth playing Skyforge? An answer is no. No matter what year it's going to be, because me personally believes that nothing's gonna change. And even if they're gonna try to do something to bring people back into the game, they're gonna have to rework a lot of things. I would say pretty much everything, it has to be reworked. Classes has to be rebalanced, and also rethink their pay-to-win focus, and maybe start making a really nice costumes and not sell recolors anymore. That's just unacceptable. This is all I can say for now. Now it is your turn to let me know what's in your mind in the comment section. As always guys, like this video, don't forget to subscribe and activate notification, Discord, Twitter links in the description. Until the next time, take care.